Deal, it's looking less likely that the president will be able to roll back President Trump's 2017 tax cuts altogether. Joining me right now is Americans for Tax Reform President Grover Norquist. Grover, it's great to see you this morning. Thanks so much for being here. So yesterday we spoke with Maya McGinnis about this new convoluted plan to tax unrealized capital gains if you're a billionaire. Walk us through this, because I think it's real easy to understand once you explain it. I don't see how they're going to be able to raise enough money to pay for this spending, but walk us through what this means and what you think of it.
Right. The first thing, Maria, the first thing you have to do is drop this. It only hits billionaires, okay? This is trickle-down taxation again. They will promise that it only hits billionaires today. Later, it will get everybody. The income tax was put in promising to only hit at the 7% rate people who made more than $11 million a year in today's dollars. Many of you watching make less than $11 million a year and pay more than 7%. So the income tax was brought in on the same promise that this wealth tax is brought in. Here's the other problem. There is no constitutional rule that allows a wealth tax.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here. And you know what is ironic about this jackaloon, who I despise, by the way? He's not that rich. If you listen to him speak, you will assume that he is trying to protect his own assets or tax liabilities, and he's not. He's a mouthpiece for some very wealthy individuals who would never be caught dead on TV saying the idiotic things that this moron is saying. But because he has no integrity, shame, or self-awareness, he has no problem looking into the camera right in the eye and saying billionaires and millionaires need handouts and we should not be taxing them. Now, don't get me wrong, Grover here is a millionaire, but his tax bracket is not eligible for the wealth tax that he so vehemently opposes. The people that would have to pay a wealth tax are so friggin' rich that they don't even know what first class is because they always fly private. And that's okay, more power to them. But stop trying to avoid paying your fair share of taxes while the rest of us pick up the tab. Grover Norquist has spent his entire adult life trying to help the wealthy escape their tax obligations. You know, what really annoys me is that the majority of people that Grover here represents did not earn their wealth. They just happened to be born into the money. You know how rich you have to be to name your child Grover Norquist? I mean, wow, his parents really wanted to flash their wealth. I mean, come on, Grover, really? In all seriousness, this is an important subject that has gone on for decades in our country. The wealthy control Congress, and they somehow continue to get laws passed that prevent them from paying their fair share. As a country, we must join together and say enough. Our country needs major infrastructure reform, and in order to do that, we need major tax reform. You guys know what was Trump's largest legislative package he passed during his treacherous 4 years when he was in the White House? His tax cuts for the wealthy. Tax breaks for the rich were his crowning accomplishment. What a joke of a legacy. And it should come as no surprise, because that's what happens when Republicans are elected to president. They send us to war, they cut taxes for the wealthy, and then they raise them for you and I. And I'm fed up of it. And so is the rest of this country. Everybody's getting fed up. So Grover, you can take your BS and shove it. We're not falling for it. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.